Have you ever been scrolling online and seen something that just made you stop and ask, wait, is that even real? Well, what if I told you that that line between reality and AI is getting blurrier and faster than any of us really thought? It's all thanks to a new engine that can literally dream up entire worlds from just a handful of words. All right, let's get into it.
Unsettlingly lifelike. That sounds like a line from some big sci-fi blockbuster, doesn't it? But it's not. That's how journalists and creators are trying to describe a seriously powerful new AI tool from Google that just launched. And trust me, when you see what this thing can do, you'll get it.
And look, these aren't just some made-up examples. What you're looking at here are actual videos people are making with this tool right now. We've got a fake street interview that looks completely real, like it's straight from the nightly news. And over here, a comedian cracking jokes to an audience that was generated by an AI. This isn't just fancy animation. It's a whole new kind of reality created on command.
So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this pretty mind-bending technology. We're going to look at what it is, how it works, and maybe most importantly, what the very first users are saying about its incredible power and, yeah, its pretty frustrating flaws.
Let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of all this. What if filmmaking was suddenly as easy as just writing? I mean, what if you could type out a description of a scene and an AI would just hand you back a complete cinematic clip with audio and everything?
Well, that is pretty much the exact question that Google is trying to answer with its brand new creative studio. It's called Flow, and it's being powered by their most advanced video model to date.
So what is Flow exactly? The easiest way to think about it is that Flow is the workspace, kind of like a storyboard. The real magic, the engine under the hood, is called VO3. And the most important phrase here is in a single step. This means it's what's known as a multimodal model. You don't have to make the video, then go find audio, then try to add sound effects. Nope, you write one prompt and it generates everything all at once. The video, the dialogue with perfect lip sync, and all the background sounds. It's pretty wild.
And this really shows you how simple the workflow is meant to be. Step 1, you write out your idea. Step 2, the AI generates a whole clip. Step 3, you drop that clip into the Flow storyboard. And then, and this is really cool, you can even extend a scene to make it longer, building out a whole story piece by piece. The whole idea here is to make AI video creation feel a lot more like regular video editing.
Okay, that all sounds absolutely amazing in theory, right? But what's it actually like to use? This is where we get to the reality check. We're going to look at what the first wave of paying customers are actually saying because this technology, well, it has some issues.
And the very first dose of reality is that price tag. To even get access to Flow with VO3, you have to get Google's top-of-the-line AI Ultra subscription, and that costs a jaw-dropping $250 a month. That price tells you exactly who Google is aiming this at. Professional creatives, agencies, definitely not casual hobbyists. And for that kind of money, you'd expect it to be perfect.
But the user feedback is, well, it's a real mixed bag. On one hand, people are just blown away by the realism. They love the convenience of having everything in one place. But on the other side, you see the frustrations. There's this thing users are calling credit anxiety, where you're constantly worried about wasting your expensive credits on a generation that fails. And then there are the bugs.
The number one biggest complaint, by far, is something the community has nicknamed the silent video bug. You'll specifically ask for a character to say something, the video will come back, their lips will be moving perfectly, but there's just no audio. It's completely mute. For a tool where synchronized audio is the main selling point, that is a massive problem. You add that to other bugs that can lock you out for an entire day and just general confusion in the user interface, and you can see why people are getting frustrated.
And that brings us to this Reddit post, which really sums up the feelings of the most disappointed users. After paying that huge subscription fee and just running into bug after bug, this person asked for a refund and was told no. Their takeaway? A total scam. It just shows you the huge gap between that high price and the kind of buggy beta-level experience that some people are having.
So with all of these problems, you gotta ask, why would anyone pay for this? Well, despite the glitches, Google is clearly playing the long game here. And to really understand their strategy, we have to zoom out a bit. See, Flow isn't just a standalone product. It's one tool in an entire ecosystem of AI tools they're building for creators.
Now, this is a really cool way to think about it. You can imagine these different tools like a creative production team. Flow is your director, the one arranging the story. VO is the camera, actually generating the footage. But then you also have Palmelli, which acts like a brand manager. It can look at your company's website and generate images that fit your brand. And Music FX is your composer, creating custom music and audio loops.
It's a whole studio suite. So what's the big payoff here? It really all comes down to speed. For a business, a big marketing video that might have cost tens of thousands of dollars and taken weeks of work can now be prototyped or maybe even fully created in just a few days. This whole ecosystem is designed to just dramatically squeeze those production timelines and amplify what a single creative team can actually produce.
And this all leads us to the final, really big picture idea. This isn't just about making content a little bit faster. It's about fundamentally changing the way creative work even gets done. It's about moving toward what a lot of people are calling an agentic future.
So what on earth is an agentic workflow? Basically, it's a shift from being the hands-on person doing all the technical work to being the strategic director. So instead of you manually creating every single little asset, you start delegating these complex, long tasks to AI agents. You just describe the what and the why, and you let the AI handle the technical how.
And this, right here, is the most important takeaway from all of this. The goal of these tools isn't to replace human creativity. It's to be a force multiplier. The AI becomes this tireless technical assistant that does all the tedious parts of creation, which frees up human professionals to focus on the things that actually matter most: the story, the strategy, and that emotional connection with the audience.
Which brings us to our final question. The technology to generate pretty much any reality we can describe is here. Yeah, it's got some bugs, but it's here. And it's only going to get better, cheaper, and easier to use. So as the AI gets better and better at handling the how, are we, as creators, as strategists, as thinkers, ready to get better at defining the why? That, I think, is the real challenge ahead of us.